The legend and reality of Cropsey. In the quiet suburbs of Staten Island, where rows of trees sway in the evening breeze and children play under the watchful eyes of their parents, there lurks a shadow of a story, one that begins as a whispered legend and ends in chilling reality. For decades, the name Cropsey has sent shivers down spines. Parents told their children the tale to keep them close. Don't wander too far into the woods, or Cropsey will get you. The story varied from house to house. Some said he was an escaped lunatic from an asylum. Others claimed he was a vengeful spirit, his rage fueled by a tragic past. But they all agreed on one thing. Cropsey was a monster who kidnapped children, dragging them into the darkness, never to return. But in the 1970s and 1980s, Cropsey seemed to step out of the shadows and into the real world. The fear took root when children began to vanish. Little Holly Ann Hughes, just 7 years old, disappeared while running an errand in her Staten Island neighborhood. Later, 12-year-old Jennifer Schweiger, a girl with Down syndrome, went missing. Search parties combed the area near the abandoned Willowbrook State School, a decaying institution once infamous for its abuse and neglect of disabled children. It was there, in a shallow grave near the school grounds, that Jennifer's body was found. The community was horrified. And their horror only deepened when police arrested a man who seemed to fit the Cropsey legend all too well. His name was Andre Rand. Rand had once worked as a custodian at Willowbrook, and after its closure, he lingered around its eerie, crumbling remains. Homeless and strange, he lived in the woods, near makeshift campsites littered with trash and personal belongings. Witnesses said they had seen him with several of the missing children. His presence alone was unsettling, and the evidence against him mounted. In 1988, Rand was convicted of kidnapping Jennifer Schweiger, though authorities suspected him in the disappearances of other children, including Holly Ann Hughes and several others whose bodies were never found. In 2004, he was convicted again, this time for Holly's kidnapping. For many in Staten Island, the line between legend and reality blurred. Andre Rand became the embodiment of Cropsey, a boogeyman no longer confined to campfire stories, but one who prowled their streets and preyed on their children. Some say the legend of Cropsey existed long before Rand's crimes, born out of collective fears of the unknown and the dangers lurking in the woods. Others believe the story was shaped by the horrors of Willowbrook State School, where helpless children were abused in secrecy for years. Rand, a disturbed man with a dark connection to the place, became the perfect vessel for the community's terror. Today, the ruins of Willowbrook stand silent, overgrown with weeds and filled with ghosts of the past. The legend of Cropsey continues, a chilling reminder of how real-life monsters can breathe life into the scariest stories. While Cropsey began as a fictional tale, the case of Andre Rand gave the story a terrifying grounding in reality. To this day, the Cropsey legend serves as a cautionary tale and a reminder of the dark truths that can hide in the shadows of urban myths. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, some tales are meant to remain in the shadows. Sleep tight.